right, we're ready for our first case. Please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number.
Christopher Wheeler, 118098.
All right, Crystal, we're here for a parole revocation hearing. We'll ask some rule violations. You plead guilty, not guilty, guilty with a statement, not guilty with a statement. We ask some questions. You can respond at the end. You can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Can you read and write?
Yes, sir.
And do you have a parole revocation questionnaire in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
All right, Christopher Wheeler, DOC number 118098. Rule number 5A. On 4/12/2022, you failed to refrain from associating with persons involved in criminal activity when your roommate was in possession of methamphetamines at your reported residence. How do you plead?
Not guilty, sir. With a statement.
No, a statement, all right. Number 7, on or about 2/24/2023, you failed to answer questions truthfully to your parole officer by refusing to provide your girlfriend's address. How do you plead?
Not guilty, sir. With a statement.
On number 9, on 2/24/2023, you admitted to changing your residence without your parole officer's knowledge or without the permission of your officer by residing between your girlfriend's unknown residence and your residence. How do you plead?
Not guilty, sir. With a statement.
15, you failed to pay your monthly fee, $63 per month, and are currently in arrears $3,444.09 towards your supervision fees as of 7/10/2023. How do you plead?
Not guilty with a statement.
Number 19A, special conditions, no contact with minor children. On 3/8/2022, you engaged in unintentional prohibited contact with minors at your residence during the residence check by your parole officer. How do you plead?
Guilty with a statement.
Okay, number 19B, special conditions. No contact with minor. On 7/7/2023, you intentionally engaged in prohibited contact with 3 minor children at your residence during your check by the parole officer. How do you plead?
Not guilty with a statement.
All right, not guilty with a statement. All right, well, let's go ahead and give me you pled guilty to a statement to one of them, so give me the guilty. Let's talk about that one first.
Okay, yes, sir. I work where I live at. I live in a camper and I do mechanic work. I have a shop right behind the camper. So on that date that we're talking about, the first one is when my fiance and my baby came to visit me for a split second, and my parole officer showed up. She acknowledged who she was. She spoke to her. She looked in the car, seen the baby was in the car seat, and said that was, that she was a beautiful girl, and she wished us good luck with that. The reason I'm pleading guilty to that because my wife was there with the kid, but with the knowledge that they telling me that I can't do today, they wasn't telling me that back then. She didn't say, Chris, you cannot be around your daughter. She didn't say, Miss Heather, you can't bring the baby here. She didn't say none of that.
That's your biological child?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me why you pled not guilty to 19B then.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I should have said guilty because the scenario is the same thing. My wife and kids came by the shop that morning. It was about 10:30, and she had came for.
How many kids do you have?
3, sir.
Okay.
And they came by for a moment, and I was actually working on the Mustang, which is the car my wife drives. I was going to do an oil change and a tune-up. So when my PO showed up, me and 2 of my kids, the 2 oldest ones, were sitting in the car, and she like, I'm here for a home visit. I said, okay. So she was like, what is this? I said, what are you talking about? She said, so she pointed in the car. I said, that's my kids. She said, well, you can't be around your kids. I said, what you mean I can't be around my kids? She said, no, you can't be around your kids. I said, well, just like for Easter and for the 4th of July, I can remember this clearly. We talk about my kids all the time. And for Easter, she asked me what I was going to do for Easter. I said, I'll probably go see my kids. She said, that's a good idea. Go spend some time with your daughter. 4th of July, pretty much the same thing. And this has been going on backwards. But that day when she locked me up, she said, well, you can't be around your kids. I said, well, when that started, because I know that I can't be around my kids alone, but my wife was there. But anyway, she locked me up for it, and that's the reason I'm here now. And not to mention that we had spoke about, let me just say this, before my agent that I have now, when I had Chad Burtle on a couple of years ago, he had approved that my kids could stay with me. When I got a new PO, which was Miss Sarah Ordegren, she pulled the kids out of the house. She said, Chad, that she didn't see nothing from the parole board. And as if she didn't believe me, I said, well, go back and check the records. I said, that man ain't gonna put his job on the line for me. I said, and it's record that they was living there because even the sheriff's office got it. Well, I'm not going with that until I can, get better information. I said, well, okay. So my lawyer ended up asking her the same thing later on because we were trying to get the kids to live with me like they once was. And she telling us that they was going to look into it because they didn't know how to handle it because they hadn't done it before. So they finally got to the point where they was going to try to get the kids approved with the PO I have now. And she called and she wanted birth certificates and letters from the parents. And we did all that. And then she called me like 2 days later and said, she called me and said, the parole board said no. I said, they said no. I said, can I get that in writing? She said, no, we got a telephone call. I said, I don't think the parole board operate like that. So she never proved or showed me anything coming from y'all where she sent it and it came back to saying no. I
How old
said,
are you kids?
9. The boy and the girl is 9, and my baby daughter is 2. She made 2 on June the 6th.
You got twins, you said?
No, they're not twins. They're not twins. They just right behind each other. 1 8 and 1 9.
8, 9, and how's the baby?
And 2, yes, sir.
All right.
So, and that's all I was trying to do. I mean, I was 16 years old when I caught my offense. I did 22 and a half years in prison. I've done 60.
How long were you out?
Sir?
How long were you out after you finished your sentence?
16 years.
You were out 16 years?
Yes, as today, I got 1 year left. I get off next year on the 24th.
On the 24th. Okay, that's good. Tell me why you behind so far on your fees. That's $3,400. A lot of money.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I came before the board a few years ago, and I was explaining. I mean, my setback is my family don't live with me, so I got to pay. Where I live at and where they live at, and where they live at is she moved around. She go from her sister sometimes to her dad's house because and I got to pay for that. I mean,
But you don't live with them because they say you can't be around your kids. Is that why you don't live? Y'all don't live together?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's the reason. That's the reason. And I was going to ask the board, out of respect, because like I said, I'm not a trouble person. My victim was 16. I was 16. I'm not justifying none of that. I took my charge. I did my time. I'm home. I'm doing the right thing, and I'm getting harassed.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. You have staff. You got any input there, Sergeant? You got any input on this fellow for us?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. All right. All right. Would you like to make a statement on your behalf, Christopher, before we vote?
Yes, no, sir. I'm fine. I think we
Okay. All right, I'll vote first. I listened to you. I read the charges. I'm vote to do not revoke your parole for your return to supervision. You can have, and we'll make a note that you can be around your biological children. You can be around your biological children, and if your wife, girlfriend, if y'all gonna live together, that's I'm good with that, and I'll make a note of that. But that's just one vote. That's my vote for today. All right, Mr. Marabella.
That would be my vote as well, but I'd like to specify that being around his biological children does not require other supervision to be there. So,
Okay.
I mean, he can live with his wife. If she goes to work, he can still be there.
By yourself. Got it.
I want to
Mr. Freeman, let's go ahead and let Mr. Freeman vote.
Okay, I also vote the same, but it's gotta be your biological children, okay?
Yes, sir. That was one of the points I was fixing to raise.
You make sure you got a residence that's approved by the probation officer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
My son, Brayson, is my wife's biological son, but his dad is named Buddy Robinson. He had also wrote a statement and signed the birth certificate saying that it was okay that his son be around me. Because my parole officer had asked for that, but I don't think she ever sent it to you, to be honest with you.
We'll see if you can get that sent to, make sure we can get that sent to
Yes,
us.
sir.
About that. That's your responsibility to make sure it gets to the board. We'll put it in there, but if for some reason we don't get that, then we're gonna
I'll
You know-
make sure something to y'all today. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay, all right, so 3 votes do not revoke. You can be around your children without supervision. Keep working to stay out of trouble. Good luck to you.
Thank y'all very much. Thank you. Yes,
All right,
sir.
we'll adjourn at 9:18. Thank you.
Sir.